Welcome, everybody, to the Sideline Study Podcast. And I just got the live button there, and then now I'm just about to see if I'm going to get this intro right. No, I didn't. I fucked it up again. Welcome, everybody. And hey, well, let's just get this thing started. We're here to talk some football from week 15, and we're getting to our week 16 picks. Let's go over to my co-host, Mr. JP Baker from the Colbo Joe. How are you doing tonight?
Doing good. I'm starting to get back on schedule with getting up with the little one at 6:30 in the morning. So, yeah, we fall asleep on the chair, and yeah, it's been one of those days.
Hey, you've been a trooper for the last like 3 weeks since. No, well, you and Heather have both been troopers, and
Yep.
I can hear Heather was in our pre-show a little bit. Heather, how you doing? Good to hear from you.
I'm doing good. I'm trying to feed the little one here, but she's not cooperating with me.
She's going.
I'm really wondering what kind of football fan she will be, because after seeing the Ravens play this week, maybe she was offended by how well they played. Heather, how'd you like the Ravens this week?
Well, from what I saw with the highlights, they're getting better with Lamar Jackson. However, I don't think he's going to be the answer for a playoff.
Nope, I agree. I think they're going to have to get Flacco back in there. They're going to have any shot.
He's out for the rest of the season. They're taking.
So they're fucked. They're not going anywhere then.
Yeah, he's out.
I hate to say that, but they're not.
He is out for the rest of the season. I've got that from the couple days ago. I got that news that Joe Flacco will be out for the rest of the season. So they're rolling with Lamar Jackson and Robert Griffin. They need to. So that's going to be it. We'll talk a little bit more in the podcast. We got to get to our other co-host here, Mr. Bobbit. How you doing tonight, bud?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Hey, always good to hear from you. How'd you like football this week, bud?
Well, it was a good week, except for the teams that I actually like.
The former team that you were a fan of have they played their game last night, and then the team that you're currently now cheering for. Oh boy, we might as well get into that talk right now.
Let's fucking do it, because I'm going to fucking burn everybody's ass here.
Oh boy!
Because,
all right,
listen. What did I say last week? Who did I say was at fault for the Green Bay Packers?
The team.
Aaron Rodgers?
The players. Not Aaron Rodgers. Because Aaron Rodgers looked like he was the only one that wanted to fucking be there. That fucking team looked inconsistent. Completely inconsistent. And yet they still had a chance to win the game. So the Bears are not that fucking good. Sorry. I'm not buying the Bears. All they have is defense. That's it. Inconsistency. They should have never fired Mike McCarthy. Period. I don't think he's the problem. Because they reverted right back to the same fucking garbage that they were doing 2 or 3 weeks ago. Inconsistent fucking route running. Inconsistent defensive play. Offensive line fucking missing blocks. It's nothing Chicago did. It's everything Green Bay didn't do that was the problem. Because I guarantee it, if that team would have been consistent, they probably would have beat the Bears by a good 20 points. There was missed opportunity upon missed opportunity in that game. It's nothing the Bears did. Nothing. I give no credit to the Bears. Period. Mark it.
I do have a question though. The running game with the Packers, Aaron Jones, did he get injured in the game?
Yes, he's got a MCL sprain, I think.
I think that. Do you think that might have been a factor with the running game? Because
because Jamal Williams is okay. It's not. The inconsistent blocking. The Packers they've got to. The guards suck for Green Bay.
The offensive line, do you think they need to be fixed?
The defensive line?
Yeah, both lines.
No, because Mike Daniels is out. He's a very good defensive lineman.
Right.
Look, Michael, here's the thing. If you look at the Bears, what did they do that was so special in that game? That's all I'm asking. They did nothing great. Green Bay just didn't show up. There's nothing that showed me that Green Bay even cared. The only person that looked like he cared was Aaron Rodgers.
One player that I got to give blame to, Jimmy Graham. I think he failed from what he played on Sunday. He was complaining that his numbers were down. That last play, he should have caught that in the end zone. Do you think that was his fault?
I think he was being held.
Oh, that should have been a flag.
They were calling it on Green Bay all fucking day, and it was kind of both ways, but they never once called it. They called it towards the end of the game, I think, but they never once called it in the situation. They called it in crucial situations for the Bears, and I'm not trying to be a homer here because it's been an ongoing thing, even with other games I've seen it. The Bears they're really good at holding, and they get away with it. I don't know why that is. I think he was being held, but it was hidden well. You could see it because he was trying to get his arm up, and he couldn't get his arm up because his arm was being held.
I would have to look back at it. It's just I saw it once, and from the play that I saw, I thought that Jimmy Graham I thought that was the moment he should have caught it, and he didn't catch it. So I thought that was just a fail on Jimmy Graham's part.
I think it was a combination.
I'll look back and look at the footage because I want to see. Like Jimmy Graham was complaining going into this game that his numbers were down. So
and he was saying he was blaming himself. He wasn't blaming anybody on the team. He was blaming himself. He wasn't blaming anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So he was putting the onus on himself. So, and I'm not going to look. They're professionals. They need to make plays.
Right. And do you think that moment that Jimmy Graham's a star, right? He came from the Saints. Do you think at that moment
he's getting older, but he's still one of the better tight ends in the league.
Okay. I was just wondering. I got to go back and look at the play.
From what I seen, from the way it looked to me, and Jimmy Graham is really strong. So for him to not make a play on that ball, the way it looked, he was being held. And I'm not saying that Green Bay didn't hold, because they were. But a couple of them calls were not holds on Green Bay, especially on that one last touchdown drive they had. They weren't holding. Those were not holding calls. He put a hand on him, let him go. If anything, call illegal contact. But don't call a hold. He didn't impede anything. They need to change that fucking rule. I think it's a dumb fucking rule. Because you look at these players coming up from college, they're used to being able to do that. You can do that in college. Now, a blatant hold, like pulling on a freaking jersey, you can't do. But you can have your hands all over a receiver in college football. Mm-hmm. In the NFL, you can't. As long as you're playing the ball, they ain't calling shit in college. So
there is a lot of flags that were thrown on Sunday from what I saw in the games.
It was ridiculous. And holding calls, and it's like they call holding at the most inopportune time. I mean, I get it. Every play they're holding. Well, then redefine what holding is in the NFL. If you're going to do that, you can't do that, Trek, because then every fucking play would be fucking review.
And the game would be 4 hours long.
Yeah, a game would be 10 hours long. It wouldn't. So, yeah, I just the NFL's got to fix shit. If you've got a player, the way I look at it is if you have a player engaged, why does he have to let go of his block? Why? That makes no fucking sense. And essentially, you can't even fucking pancake block anybody anymore because they go to the ground and it's automatically a fucking holding call. What the fuck is that? I mean, Orlando Pace probably would have had thousands of holding calls on him because that guy blocked. He took people the fuck down.
Yeah.
And I don't understand what refs are looking at. Because there's nothing blatant about any fucking holding call that I fucking seen Sunday. Nothing. But if they're going to call it both ways. Don't call it one way and then say, well, it's a crucial situation, crucial point in the game. I'm gonna keep my flag in my pocket. That's a lame fucking excuse. If it's a fucking holding call, it's a fucking holding call. That's the way I see it. I'm not gonna. If I was reffing, no matter what the situation, if it's a penalty, my flag is coming out. If that's the rule, my flag is coming out. And yes, I would throw a flag on every fucking play then, because you're taught to keep your hands inside. And I see a lot of players on the outside blocking.
Right. The formation, from what I remember, what I was taught, is you got to keep like a shoulder formation inside towards the chest area, right?
You keep it right here. I'll show you.
Right here,
Right here. It's right here.
There you go. Right square chest, right in the shoulder. That's where you're right in the square, right in the chest.
I mean, you can get right up. You can get right up underneath the arm, but you get outside here, anywhere on the shoulder, and you're grabbing jersey. That's what a hold is.
Right.
But again, I'm going to say it. The Bears are not going anywhere. They have better fucking. My thing is Matt Nagy is all about trick plays. Chicago's lucky because Chicago went for it with a trick play on 4th down. And you've seen it obviously coming because it was 4th and 1. It was on the 44-yard line or whatever. And they went for it. Green Bay just loaded the box and just brought the house. They weren't going anywhere. Green Bay shot themselves in the foot. Chicago did nothing. Green Bay shot themselves in the foot by not moving the ball. It's nothing Chicago did. Because that would have swung the momentum. And I'm pretty sure that if that would have happened, I'm pretty sure Green Bay would have ran away with the game at that point. Because all of the air would have been taken out of Chicago. Green Bay gave everything to Chicago. Chicago did nothing. They didn't do anything special. And anybody that thinks Chicago is this great Super Bowl team, boy, you need to laugh the dope. Because they did nothing. Even against the Rams, they didn't. If they're this great team, if they're this great explosive, yeah, they kept the Rams offense at bay. But what's going to happen when they play the Saints? Or what's going to happen when they play the Rams on the road? They aren't winning. Don't be surprised if they lose their first game. Don't be shocked, because Minnesota's going to be ready. That team is back. From what I've seen, look the fuck out. If they fixed everything, Chicago is going to be sitting on the sidelines yet again. And don't be surprised if Chicago don't come back next year and go 5-11. The NFC North is garbage this year. And why do I say that? The fucking Bears won the division. Seriously.
That's well said, because it was kind of a weak division too.
It is. So. And yes, they beat the fucking Rams, but that was at home. What are they going to do outside of Soldier Field? They ain't beating anybody. Sorry. They aren't beating the Rams or the Saints. I'm sorry. Not with the way they played on Sunday.
Yeah. All this talk, you're just lifting my spirit right now. You know why? Because I'm not going to retire if they do.
Look,
important thing.
Do the Bears have one of the best defenses in the league? Yes.
Yeah. Not offense.
Do they have one of the better? If you're going to have a good defense, that's fine. But you better have an offense that can fucking move the ball, and the Bears don't. They're spotty at best.
Yeah. Trubisky reminds me of Mark Sanchez for the Jets when he played.
I mean, he was about the only consistent one on that team besides Cohen. But Cohen didn't do anything that was special. Green Bay left him wide the fuck open. If you're left wide the fuck open, of course you're going to make fucking plays. If you watched what Green Bay was fucking doing, they were fucking out of position the whole fucking game. It had nothing to do with what Chicago was doing. It was Green Bay was out of position. That in itself is coaching, but that in itself is also the players not paying attention. That's them like, oh my God, he's fucking doing this. Oh my God, he's coming this way. That's just players being inconsistent.
Well said. I think going into the offseason, I think you're going to be really looking forward to who you're going to be getting in the draft. And
if I know Green Bay, they're going to trade down, and then they're going to trade back up into the first round, and they're going to get more picks. That's what they always do. And I don't mind it because they've been pretty good. They need to go offense. I'm sick and tired of them going after. I think they have a good enough defense. They're young. They're young defensive players, so they will grow into the position. Plus, again, they're missing some of their best defensive players. Mike Daniels is out. He's been out for a couple of weeks now. So Kenny Clark was hurt. He wasn't at 100%. So I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying without your best players and nobody sitting behind them, because Green Bay, all their defensive backfield, get rid of the fucking safety they got. I will say one position they need is safety.
Yeah.
I like the Josh Jones, but they're grooming him to be a linebacker.
They definitely need a safety that fits the system because Clinton Dix did not fit that, right?
No, he was more of a run support guy.
So that's definitely what they need to focus on.
They need a guy that can cover in the zones. That's what they need. They need a guy that can cover deep. Because that was another thing that I seen. There was guys wide open deep freaking Sunday. And it wasn't nothing that Chicago was doing. It was just the safeties are just not that good at covering deep. They need a safety that they can cover deep. And go out in the free agency and get something. It doesn't have to be in the fucking draft. You use your draft play. If it's me, you draft players that are going to make an impact. Your lower draft picks, you pick their filler positions, but you better have them as your backups, and they better be able to fill in when that guy gets hurt. Mm-hmm. That's how you draft. You don't just draft young guys just because I want to have a young team. A good young team is really what we're all about. Yes, they have had some players that have, but lately they have not had consistent play with their young players. And that is all about the players. Coaches can only coach so fucking much.
Right. Yeah, I definitely think that the talent around Green Bay, it needs to be upgraded a little bit with the secondary there for.
Well, I think they're good at their corners.
The safeties for sure.
The safeties are what they need to do, but they moved Tremont Williams to safety. He's actually been decent. I will say that. But he's getting older. And he's better corner than he is a safety, in my opinion.
Well, I definitely I look forward to the next few weeks of if the Green Bay Packers are going to actually still compete a little bit.
Next year they will.
Well, I think they're not out of a playoff spot yet.
Yeah, they are.
A lot of people are saying Deontay Thompson is going to be way high. Green Bay's not losing the next 2 games. They're not. They ain't losing to the Jets, and they definitely are not losing to the Lions at all.
But
go ahead.
As soon as the Packers lost, the NFL.com automatically eliminated them from playoffs.
Oh, they did. Okay,
I know they did, but I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to have as high of a draft pick as everybody thinks they're going to have. They're going to be in the middle. They're going to trade down, and then they're going to trade up. They're going to get more picks. So, no, they won't get Deontay Thompson from Alabama. Because, Clinton Dix, Green Bay doesn't want run support fucking safeties. They don't need run support safeties. If anything, they need an inside linebacker to complement Blake Martinez. Now, Jake Ryan's hurt, but I don't think Jake Ryan is all that good. I think Blake Martinez is good, but he needs somebody next to him that's going to be consistent. Now, I could see them going after a player from Alabama for that because that fits their scheme. So, but we'll get into that when the draft comes.
Oh, yeah. I just want to quickly verify from Bobbit here. Yeah, Bobbit, you're right. The Green Bay Packers are eliminated now mathematically. There's only 3 teams that are still eligible to still make the NFC, and that's the Eagles, the Redskins, and your Panthers. Your former Panthers are still eligible.
They ain't fucking making it.
They're making it. They're making it.
Don't
be surprised. Do not be surprised if the Eagles don't win the division. Watch.
Well, oh my God, we got to talk about another game actually, because first of all, I just want to mention last night's game between the Monday night game. The Carolina Panthers should not even be in a playoffs position after they couldn't even score anything offensively. They had a defensive player score pick 6 in order to get points.
I will say this: their defense played well.
Yeah, defense-wise, they played well.
I've said this from the beginning. Their defense can keep you in games. It's their offense that allows the other team to stay in games.
Is the awareness of Cam Newton was not there yesterday? You can tell.
It hasn't been all year.
Yeah,
he's inconsistent at best.
Yeah, his awareness is dying from when he first got drafted.
Brady is not going to retire anytime soon. He's going to be around for a couple more years. I guarantee it. Guaranteed.
So the other game I really wanted to get into is because the NFC East is starting to really get a little bit crowded, and because of the fact that the Cowboys cannot even get a fucking point against the Indianapolis Colts. Your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen?
My thoughts? Well, fuck both teams. I really don't fucking care. But
we haven't heard from Heather. Can I just get a quick shout out from Heather what she thoughts?
Yeah, fuck the Cowboys and fuck the Colts.
There you go. I just don't like people feel left out.
Look, the Colts, and don't people get, oh my God, JP's getting on the Colts bandwagon. Again, I'm going to say it again. Fuck the Colts. What did I say last week about the Colts? I said they need to put players around Andrew Luck. Everybody's saying, oh, they need Le'Veon Bell. They need Le'Veon Bell. They need Le'Veon Bell. What did I say about Marlon Mack?
He's definitely shined.
Good God, he had 144 yards last week?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, you guys have been right about Marlon
You
Mack.
don't need Le'Veon Bell. You don't. The only thing that they need is a fucking receiver. They do. They have a good offense. Their offensive line is starting to get solid, but you still need to get offensive players. If you want to go to that next level, you need to get offensive players. Their defense is young. They need to develop. They still need defense because their back end is still questionable.
Yeah. They need a second wide receiver to take the edge of T.Y. Hilton. he can't do it by himself all the time, even though he does a lot.
Yes.
T.Y. Hilton does definitely. He's a top 5, but
they rely on him way too much.
Right.
And all you got to do is double cover him.
Yeah.
And Zach Ebron or Eric Ebron or whatever he is, why do you think Detroit got rid of him? He's inconsistent at best. He's good one week and then he's shitty the next. He did it in Detroit and he'll do it in Indianapolis.
Yeah, Eric Ebron knows to drop balls a lot. So
yes.
But
he'll give you one good game, and then he'll come out next week and fucking drop 6 fucking balls and balls that he caught the week before. And I don't want that shit on my team. Absolutely. If I was a Colts fan, I'd say get this guy off my fucking team and get me somebody. They have a good tight end. What's his name? The other guy, because they run a 2 tight end system.
Jack Doyle.
Yeah, he's decent. Why do you need Eric Ebron for? Get a fucking receiver. And that's why the Colts struggle at running the fucking balls, because they rely on their fucking receiving tight ends all the time. That's another problem the Colts have. Get some damn receivers on the outside and you might do something. Darius Hayward-Bay from a couple of years ago was not the fucking answer, because all that guy can do is run fast.
Yeah. No,
when Raiders took him, I laughed my fucking ass off when he got drafted by the Raiders. When they drafted, I think it was 7th. The Raiders wasted up. They had a chance at a top. They needed a quarterback at the time, and they went after a fucking receiver.
Yeah.
Darius Hayward-Bay, and look at how he panned out. Is he even in the NFL anymore?
I think he's 4th or 5th string or something like that. If he was.
He was a first-round pick. What a bust in a draft that was.
Yeah. I haven't seen him much since. I saw him with Pittsburgh for a bit. Then I saw him with somebody else, and then that's it. Hey, okay, Bobbit, I just want to know from you what games that you got to see this week, bud.
I got to see the ending to the disappointment versus the Saints game.
Well, again, can I say this, Bobbit? Was that really a disappointment? I mean, it is the best team, one of the better teams in the NFC. It's the best team in the NFC. They're number 1 seed.
Yeah, but I wanted the upset.
At 1 point for...
Say it again, Bobbit.
You wanted the upset. Sorry, my bad. Oh my god. Sorry. The lag is a little bit too slow for me. But he said he said that he wanted the upset. Right, Bob?
Oh, that's fine. But I wouldn't. I mean, for as bad as the Panthers have played, I thought their defense played well. They had a chance to win, but yeah. But go ahead, Bobbit.
That's pretty much all I got to see this weekend. I was catching up on sleep all weekend.
And we watched TLC on Sunday, so.
Oh yeah,
yes.
There's been a lot of wrestling stuff going on right now going into New Year, so
right.
You get a lot of stuff that are happening right now. That makes sense. But from what I got to see from the other games, did you guys another game we got to talk about, the Los Angeles Chargers upsetting the Kansas City Chiefs.
What did I say? It wasn't an upset.
You guys have proved me that San Diego can hang, right?
What did I say about Kansas City? They aren't going to make stops when they need to.
Yeah, no,
the
secondary's not there.
They suck.
Even Eric Berry being back, they still need.
Yes, and I said if they get him back, I'd give him a chance. No, my God, number one. That play that you're talking about, the 2-point conversion play.
Oh, boy, was that gutsy.
This tells you how bad their secondary is. Who in their right mind, 3-on-1, when you have a bunch formation, if you explained it, they called it a banjo, and I can't remember who it was. And he was a safety for the Cowboys, and he's on ESPN, and he was talking about it, and he said it's a banjo. So if one player goes inside, the guy that's inside takes the guy that's inside, and the guy that's going outside, or, you know, but he went vertical. So what happens? The guy that is inside automatically goes with the guy that's going vertical, and the guy that's going outside goes outside. Or that is on the outside goes to the outside. They had a linebacker there that they could have dropped off. Why in the fuck he was standing there? I don't know. He just caused more problems than anything. I would have dropped him off into fucking coverage and fucking ran with the guy that fucking, you know, because I mean it's a goal line play, so you bunch it up and you cause chaos. Look, the play where the Tennessee Titans went for it on a 2-point conversion, it's kind of the same play. And who was it that they were playing where the Titans just looked discombobulated in the play and they threw it away? That's how you cover that. They just had mass chaos in the defensive backfield, and there was nobody open. Mariota couldn't find anybody, and that's what happened. But they explained it. The outside guy on the outside goes to the outside. The inside guy automatically goes inside. No matter which one goes, if they cross, that guy inside, the other guy outside.
Cody has an answer for you.
They were playing the Chargers. The Chargers have, and the Chargers essentially used the play that the Titans used, but they did it right.
Copycat is always fun.
But hey, it's NFL. Honestly, it's a copycat league.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a true statement there.
And there was a question in the chat, and I think it was from Aaron. He said, "Since you hate the Colts for leaving Baltimore, what would you rather do? Would you move the Colts back to Baltimore and the Ravens to Indy?" No, I would have kept fucking Baltimore in Cleveland, and I would have fucking kept Baltimore in Baltimore, and I would have fucking expanded the team to Indianapolis if Indianapolis wanted the team that bad. That's what I would have done. Because they essentially, all they did was brought back the Cleveland Browns, made them an expansion team, which don't make any fucking sense because they've been around one of the longest teams in the NFL. Why? That made no sense. Expand into Indianapolis. That's what I would have done. So there's your answer.
Well, hey, was there any other games that you really wanted to get into talk-wise? I mean, the other games weren't that interesting. I mean, New England, Pittsburgh kind of ended differently, right?
I didn't see. Well, again, we were watching TLC, but right, wasn't that game was Sunday? Look,
yeah, it was a Sunday night game, and New England is not looking like themselves this year.
Well, look, New England's defense is shitty. It's almost as shitty as Kansas City's because they'll give up the fucking yards, but they won't. They never. This is the way New England played defense. They're a lot like Green Bay. They'll give up the big yards, but they won't give up from 20 to 20. They suck. From 20 on in, they're decent.
From
now they suck from 20 to end zone. They can't stop anybody in crucial situations. Everybody's starting to figure New England out on defense. Offensively, people are just blitzing the ever-loving shit out of fucking Tom Brady. It's all you got to fucking do. Because if Tom Brady does not get time to throw the ball, he ain't doing shit.
Yeah,
which proves my fucking point with the fucking argument that we were having about Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers can escape the pocket and try to make something happen. Yes, he doesn't look like the same player. It's because he's coming off of an injury, which he played through, I might add, and his receivers are not coming back to him, which was said all fucking day Sunday. They said it on the broadcast. The problem with Aaron Rodgers is not Aaron Rodgers, it's his receivers not coming back to him when he gets in trouble. They stop, stand there, and watch. And they do. It drives me fucking nuts.
What questions, like, what receivers are free agents this year for the Green Bay Packers?
Randall Cobb.
So are you guys going to resign him?
Gone. He's an older version of shit. No, I like Randall Cobb. I really do. I love Randall Cobb. He's been good for Green Bay. When they drafted him, he was essentially drafted to be a kick returner.
Oh, okay. So he's just
he was more of a gimmick receiver because he was a running back, he was a receiver, and he's a quarterback in college. So he's essentially drafted to be a gimmick guy. And they did the best I've seen of Randall Cobb is when they had him coming out of the backfield.
Okay. So I could see him more of like a wide receiver too when he came.
He is a receiver, but he can play running back. He played running back in college, and he did decent. See, when who was it that when Eddie Lacy just whatever, and they put Ty Montgomery back there, I'm like, why are you not? I mean, I didn't mind them putting Ty Montgomery back there because he was a running back. He started as a running back in college.
Right.
Why didn't you put him and Randall Cobb in there at the same time? You could have done so much gimmicking with that shit and just running basic plays, but still gimmicking out of that whole thing. And it would have confused in fact, it did confuse defenses by bringing Randall Cobb out of the backfield or, doing a swing pitch, running the option. You could have done so much, but they just never did it. And two, he's been hurt a lot. So I think he's going to be the one that goes. The one person that Spriggs sucks. And that was a big problem with Green Bay on Sunday. And they were talking about it on the radio broadcast. The receiver's not coming back to Aaron. And they were talking about the pregame. It's because we went up to my mom's. And they were talking about it. The thing with Green Bay is Ryan Bulaga. Brian Bulaga is a free agent. If Spriggs can hold up or could have held up, Bulaga would have been gone. But guess what? They're going to have to bring him back. They're going to have to get offensive linemen. Their guards suck. I don't like Lane Taylor, and I don't like that Lucas Patrick that they got because actually he is a center, not a guard. And they're two fat asses that can't fucking move.
So protection and receiving core and secondary safeties are three main things.
They could get a linebacker. They did get linebackers. I think they could get Clay Matthews will be gone this year too. They're gonna have to go for
Clay Matthews will be
they are gonna resign him. He's getting older.
Oh,
he's I could care less.
He still wants to play, but he's getting old.
His time in Green Bay is done.
Imagine him sign with Chicago.
Well, Kyle Fackrell's actually been playing well. Who is behind him?
Oh.
So they have somebody behind him, but there's nothing wrong with drafting somebody else to come up behind him.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I don't. Nick Perry is. There's the lesser of two evils, Nick Perry or Clay Matthews. Get rid of Clay Matthews. He's older. Nick Perry is younger. Keep Nick Perry healthy. That's not on Nick Perry. Nick Perry's doing everything he can to stay healthy. Some of that's got to fall on the fucking guy that heals people, the shaman or whoever the fuck it is in the fucking locker room that fucking takes care of these guys.
Trainer.
Yes, I was being sarcastic. But yeah, but it'll be interesting offseason for Green Bay. I'm still thinking they aren't quitting because they aren't benching Rodgers. He's playing.
Yeah, they'll be playing him, but
they're not giving up. They're going to try to win every game.
I wanted to quickly go over to Bobbit because you mentioned trick plays, and Bobbit, I forgot to mention your Carolina Panthers Christian McCaffrey. That guy's a little stud that you guys have on the team. Wouldn't you agree?
I know, like for running back, he's got one hell of a throwing arm.
Oh, did you see that awesome play that he threw? Oh man.
Well, he was a quarterback in high school.
Like that kid has saved, I think, the Panthers this season.
My doubts are still out on him, but he's panning out. What are my thoughts on TJ Lang and Josh Sitton? They were getting old. Where is Josh Sitton now? Not playing.
He's sitting.
He's sitting because he's hurt. He's all them two were always hurt. They were always hurt. Yes, they were great at their positions. Sitton was one of the probably, if not the best, one of the best guards in football at one point, but he's always hurt. So I'm sorry, that was a question that was posed to me. I didn't mean to take over the show again.
I don't care because I'm pretty sure JB was already looking for a replacement if I have to retire. So this is practice.
Okay.
Hey, did you guys have any more games that you watched that you wanted to talk about? Bobbit, did you have anything else that you want to talk about the games or?
No.
I mean, Sunday I watched the Packer game. I watched the Division I semifinal game. I was sick as a fucking dog on Friday, so we watched that game. Was that Friday? Yeah. That game, that was North Dakota State, South Dakota State. That was a pretty decent game. It's all right. As far as NFL goes, I caught bits and pieces. I didn't even watch the games. I couldn't watch the games on Thursday night because I don't get the NFL Network. So, but
we didn't get any of the games Saturday either.
Yeah, we didn't get any of the games Saturday. We didn't get any of the games Saturday. The game Thursday, we watched a little bit of it, but we didn't watch much of it
because we had Wrestling Memories.
Yeah, I was doing a show and shit. So.
And then Sunday and Monday we had TLC and Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Well, there's just one more thing before I wanted to move on. I wanted to talk a little bit more Cowboys talk with you guys.
Sure.
TSS probably mentioned it like perfectly. We started up a group chat because we wanted to hear from thoughts. TSS, who's a fellow listener of us, he wanted to know, just talk about Jason Garrett. Do you think he should be fired this year?
He should have been fired before McCarthy.
Yep. He mentioned it. I just want to give TSS. He mentioned that.
No, that's a good question. It's a very good question. Why is that guy it's hard for me to say this because I say that the Packers players are the problem. I don't watch enough of the Cowboys to say whether or not. Well, from what I have seen, it is mostly Jason Garrett and his play calling. I don't know, but every time I've seen him play against Green Bay, he tries to be too conservative, and that's cost him the last couple of times against Green Bay. The playoff game and then the game last year. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not Ace is another one of those guys. He's a Cowboys fan. I don't know if the players look. You have Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is not the guy. He's not a franchise guy. He's not a franchise quarterback. You can't rely on him to win you games. You have got to rely on Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott to win you games. In fact, I'm going to go one further and say this. You need to rely on that offensive line to win you games because that's what is all about in Dallas. And that is all I ever hear is about how that offensive line, as they go, that team goes. Which is, in a sense, gets Ezekiel Elliott his yards. And you can run off a play action with Dak Prescott, and you're going to fucking use misdirection that's going to work. And that's my observation, but I don't get to watch much of the Cowboys. I watch them every now and then, but I'm not going to sit down and watch a Cowboys game. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit down and watch a Cowboys game. I fucking cannot stand the Cowboys.
No, I just I really like the thought that if the Cowboys, they're in a good spot right now. They're in a playoff spot. And them losing those last two games and them losing that playoff spot, after the game they just had, that this should be unacceptable for Jason Garrett.
TSS is in the chat. Both Ace and TSS. You tell me, is it the players or is it the coach? Because from me, it's not the coach. It's the players. That's my question. Now, if it's the players, then how can you blame Jason Garrett? That's my whole thing, I guess. And I'll be paying attention to the chat. You can move on. I just wanted to throw that out there.
I'm just putting up, like, you can't even score any points against the team in week 15 when you're in a playoff spot right now. That's correct. A huge
like I said, do not be surprised if the Eagles don't win that division. Don't be surprised.
Yeah, or the Redskins even soar in the mix.
Sneak in there, yes.
Yeah, they're not too far behind. After their win, they just won this week too against Jacksonville, the fucking bums. Jacksonville, you fucking disappointed me this year, assholes. Do you guys have anything else to mention on NFL?
Well, I mean, if we could talk more about the Dallas. I mean, Bobbit, what do you think? You've probably seen more Dallas games than I have.
Fuck Dallas. That's all I got to say.
Okay, well, fair enough.
well,
short, simple, and to the point.
Yeah, simple.
I mean, you can say that. Look, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try to be biased when I do this show, but it's really hard for me when I have just been nothing but a Packers fan my whole life. I really, honestly, I don't watch that much professional football. I've watched more this year because Coop asked me to do the show. So I suffer myself through a lot of NFL games.
My God, I feel terrible.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's nothing. I mean, it's not like I have anything going on. It's just it's one of those things. I'd rather do other things. The NFL bores me at times with some of their
Yeah, see, that's why I watch the Red Zone. That's the Red Zone is usually, it keeps me updated with what's going on. Yeah. So
I mean, for me, it's ESPN, or I listen to stuff on the radio. So TSS says it's the coach, because whenever ex-Cowboys players that used to play for Garrett go to another team, they play better and look way better than what Garrett did with them. Plus, he's too nice. Okay. Just because they play better, maybe they just didn't want to fucking play for Jerry Jones. Could it be the owner? Because I hear a lot about Jerry Jones, too.
The players don't want to play for Jerry Jones?
I mean, that could be. I don't know. I mean, yes, Jason Garrett, I think he's a better play caller, a better offensive coordinator than he is a head coach. He got the head coaching job because of 1 year.
Because Wade Phillips got fired, right?
I can't remember who was the coach before him because I fucked the Cowboys, like Bobbit said. But
I think it was Wade Phillips got fired and Jason Garrett took over as the intern, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I honestly don't know. I mean, look, I think it's Jerry Jones, to be honest with you. I don't even think it's Jason Garrett. Yes, Jason Garrett might suck as a coach, but I think it's Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is the one that runs the team. If you've ever watched Jerry Jones, he runs the whole fucking show. How much do you want to bet me Jerry Jones tells fucking Jason Garrett what to do?
Oh, that's probably like 50% of the time. He's probably I'm guessing he's very control of the play calling. I'm guessing. He's very involved in it.
He's way too for an owner. He's way too involved.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't want to play for a guy like that.
No,
if I was, look at Tony Romo. I'm not going to sit here and say that Tony Romo sucked because he didn't. Tony Romo, Dallas had a good quarterback in Tony Romo.
Yeah.
Not a great Hall of Fame quarterback, was never going to win a Super Bowl. Well, I'm not going to say that they wouldn't have won a Super Bowl because I think they could have.
Yeah, I agree. I think they could have.
If they would have had, could you imagine? Tony Romo's better quarterback, in my opinion, than Dak Prescott.
Oh, like 10 times.
Imagine Tony Romo and Ezekiel Elliott.
There you go. That's exactly what it needed.
You're looking at Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith all over again. I'm not going to sit. Plus that offensive line, for fuck's sake, you have the best offense in the fucking league every fucking year. You'd be saying New England, what dynasty do they have? You'd be saying Dallas Cowboys have a dynasty because they probably would have won like 4 Super Bowls in a row. That Tony Romo could play. He was no Aaron Rodgers, he was no Tom Brady, but he fit in perfectly and he could get the job done.
It's just if Tony Romo just stayed healthy a few more years.
Yes,
done that.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's too bad because he's a great commentator.
Well, then I'm sorry, but I amended my statement. I said it could it also be that Jerry Jones is actually the problem. So,
well, I would. This has been a nice talk, but we got to. I'm sure you guys got a lot of college talk to get into this week.
Not really. I mean, there's very few bowl games going on right now. I mean, all the fucking like the GoDaddy.com /eat-my-shit bowl is going on.
What is this?
Okay, so they have like the college football has like 40 bowls a year. Okay, so there's like 40 bowls. So like tonight was the Boca Raton Bowl.
What?
The Boca Raton Bowl.
What is that? It sounds.
It's a game that takes place in Boca Raton, Florida. Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's a town.
I understand why they do all these bowl games. For those of you that bitch, piss, and moan, if you're a college football fan about all of the fucking bowl games, I don't mind all the bowl games. Yes, I shit on the fucking games because goddamn, they have a fucking bowl, and it's the running joke is there's a bowl game for fucking everything. I mean, who knows? They might do the Cold Bone Show Bowl one day. I don't fucking know.
Dude, there is legit a Gaylord Bowl.
Yes, there is.
What?
It takes place in Nashville. It's the Gaylord Bowl.
The Gaylord Bowl. What? What?
Yes. The Gaylord Bowl. The Gaylord Bowl. It takes place in Nashville, Music City. Gaylord. It's in Nashville.
Who are the two competitors in that? They usually end up there.
I don't know. Virginia A&M and fucking.
No. It's the Kansas City Cocksuckers against the Detroit Fudge Packers.
Oh my God! Okay, so he's just bullshitting. Yeah, the Pornhub Bowl. There's a Pornhub Bowl.
There really is a Pornhub Bowl.
No, there is not a Pornhub Bowl. They wouldn't do.
I was about to ask.
Wait, did I be the spokesperson for that one?
But no, how come the FCS Division I can do 18 playoffs, but it's Division I they can't? Okay, so do you want me to talk about that? I'll talk about it. It's a good question. How come FCS? Because they don't play as many games as they do in FBS.
I think you're safe in the chat this week. I don't see Rick there this week, so you guys you guys don't have the weekly chat.
Oh, I'll be waiting for it. Hopefully, he comes back next week and we can talk about how fucking destroyed UCF is gonna get. The question is, how come the FCS Division I can do the 18 playoffs, but when Division I they can't? Again, I say this. It's because they play fewer games. I think they play 11 games or 12 games. I can't remember. 11 games, I think. And they end up playing 14. Actually, the FBS plays one more game than the FCS does. So, if I remember correctly. So that's why. They don't play as many games. No, there ain't going to be a fucking fuck that. No Derailed Bowl. What the fuck kind of... Who's gonna sponsor it?
Gatekeeper, Drew.
Pacific South. Fuck is that?
Love you, dude. Shout out to Drew, man.
Yeah, I do. I love Drew. So there's like 40 bowls, and there's a little Caesar's bowl. There is literally a little Caesar's bowl. We're not shitting you.
Oh, it's like, is it hot and ready?
Well, it depends on who's playing.
They're going for a hot and ready pizza.
Not only that, but the trophies Trexter.
That's a little weird. There used to be a Blockbuster Bowl.
Then they went out of business.
Yes, there used to be. Well, Blockbuster used to sponsor a bowl, and then Blockbuster became a bowl, but then they went out of business.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, there's like 40 bowls, so like everybody gets in. But the reason that they do it is so that these smaller colleges, like a Eastern Michigan or a Central Michigan or a Arkansas State or a North Texas, they can get TV time that they don't normally get, and they can get recruits to come in there. That's why you're seeing parity in college football a little bit, except up at the top. No, the toilet bowl would be Minnesota. I'm just kidding. No, that's college.
The toilet bowl is the Grey Cup. It can't. It's the top. It's the very top.
Was the Rose Bowl supposed to be a joke? Because that's literally a bowl. The Tax Slayer Bowl, the Lego Bowl. Shut up, Dan. I already said the Cold Bone Show Bowl.
Everybody's everybody in the chat, throw down your own bowl in there. I want to know.
Yeah, sure, why not? But we can make it a bowl.
The green bowl is
Coop's bowl. Oh man, it's gotta be
the hemp bowl. There's no hemp bowl.
There will be eventually.
There will be eventually. That'll be out in California.
Hey, what about the cereal bowl? I'm down for the cereal bowl.
The cereal bowl? The Fruit Loops bowl? So the Wendy's diaper bowl? that. The cross bowl? What the fuck? Dan, what is the cross bowl? What does that mean? David Wells, the DJ Skinny Penis Bowl. Look at this shit.
Oh, you guys are awesome.
But what I want to talk about, and I'll probably next week, I'll probably do all of the picks for all the major bowls that are going on. Most of the major bowls happen after Christmas anyway. So like the Holiday Bowl and the Little Caesars Bowl, I think, and it's one of those bowls. It's because it's like the Big Ten versus the SEC or ACC or something like that. So we'll pick all them games, and I think there's like 10 or 11 of those games, and then we'll go from there. But I want to talk about what? Go ahead.
I don't know if I'm going to be here next week.
Well, it's not like I can't do it myself, but okay. But I've got to pick them because I don't want to. We aren't doing a show. I won't be able to do a show. Oh shit! Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, next week's Christmas.
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh yeah, no, it's what, Tuesday is Christmas?
Tuesday is Christmas.
Oh shit! Oh, we can postpone until the next few days if you guys want.
We can do it Wednesday.
Oh, it's totally up to you guys. Like,
I can do it Wednesday because we can turn that into. Let's do it Wednesday if that's all right with you.
Go ahead. It's not like I'm selling Christmas with the family.
Well, okay then.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
My Patreon and
but all I really want to talk about is essentially the playoff, and kind of talked about what I thought of the playoff and a couple of things that I disagreed with the selection committee. on picking a couple of the teams above other teams, which didn't make any sense. And that doesn't just go for Wisconsin and Iowa. That goes for other teams. So, you know, if somebody beats somebody and they finish above them, I think they deserve to go to a better bowl than the team that they beat. And essentially, I used Wisconsin and Iowa as a prime example. Wisconsin's going to a lesser bowl, but yet they beat Iowa and finished ahead of them. I don't understand that. Don't make sense. I was going to get crushed in that game anyway, but that's just me. But I want to talk about the playoff. I do want to talk about what I expect to see. I kind of did last week with Notre Dame. I haven't seen Notre Dame play, but maybe once, and that was maybe a half because I can't fucking stand Notre Dame, so I stay away from watching them as much as possible. I have not, like I said, I haven't seen them play as much, but Clemson I have. And Clemson, in my opinion, is the best team in the country. Better than Alabama. With what I've seen, they've been the most consistent team all year. They've beaten everybody handily. I don't think they had – I mean, they had a close game with, I think, Syracuse, I think. But Syracuse is pretty decent. I don't think they're legit, but they're decent, and it's a conference game. So, yeah, I see offensively it's going to be one of those games where there's going to be a lot of yards put up by Clemson. I think Notre Dame's going to struggle moving the ball. I'm not going to pick right now. I'm just telling you what I think. Defensively, I don't know what Notre Dame has. I know they're young, but they have good young players. They're probably a year away from being really, really good. And I will say this, Notre Dame kind of legitimizes college football because people hate Notre Dame because they're the team that always gets the good players. The Alabamas and the Notre Dames and the Floridas and the Florida States, they legitimize football. Clemson, too, because they used to be really good back. I remember in the 80s, it was always Notre Dame, Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, Clemson, Michigan, Ohio State, Iowa. I mean, Wisconsin was never there, but the 80s was the best for college football from what I remember. My God, go back and watch. If you ever get a chance, go back and watch some of them games. It just brings back, it lights up memories in me sitting down watching an Alabama Auburn game with my grandfather, sitting on his lap watching that. I used to love watching the Iron Bowl with my grandpa. I still watch it to this day. I didn't watch it this year because I had something else going on, but yeah. And then Bobbit, what do you think as far as the Clemson Notre Dame game?
It's definitely going to be a good fucking game. Like,
Yeah.
from what I've seen from Notre Dame against Tech, yeah, it's going to be good, but I do think Clemson's going to beat Notre Dame.
So, okay, now did Clemson play Virginia Tech?
No.
Okay, so we can't compare it. See, that's hard to do. No. Because I know they played some other teams from the ACC. Who else did Notre Dame play, I wonder? I think they played Florida State. I can't remember. I think Clemson beat Florida State worse than Notre Dame did. In fact, I think Notre Dame had a little bit of trouble with Florida State. And Florida State wasn't very good this year. And I'm a Florida State guy. I love Florida State. And that's because of Bobby Bowden. Bobby Bowden's my favorite coach of all time. Dadgummit. Syracuse and Florida State. Okay, how bad did Syracuse beat Notre Dame? Or Notre Dame beat Syracuse? That's the question. And I think that was one of those games. Every team that's good is going to have one of those games where it's going to be close. Even Miami, if you go back and watch Miami with the team that they had in 2001, they almost lost to Boston College. And Boston College was god-awful fucking terrible. So, yeah. We got a dislike. Hope everyone's having hey, they gave you a view. Who cares?
I just had to call that out. Come on. Dislike? Come on, motherfuckers. Come on. We should get 3 dislikes if you want to go that way.
I can go in dislike. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
Well, hey, but no, it was fun. I'm sure. Is there anything else you guys?
Well, I was gonna hit on Alabama and Oklahoma. I was gonna shock everybody. Honestly,
can you actually hold the fort down? I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay. You want me to wait?
No, go ahead. Hold the fort. Go keep.
Okay. Got it. All right. So Oklahoma, Alabama. I'm going to call it right now. I think Oklahoma is going to beat Alabama. Why? Because everybody's going to look at what Georgia did to Alabama. And if you look at Georgia and Oklahoma, they're kind of identical. The difference is Oklahoma don't have a defense. But I don't know if Alabama is going to be able to stop Oklahoma. Georgia stopped themselves, and Oklahoma is a way better offense. This is probably going to be the best offense that Alabama has run into, besides Clemson. I honestly believe that if Oklahoma can keep their offense, get their offense going, Alabama's not going to stop them. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to be everybody's thinking it's going to be a blowout. I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that. This is one game I'm going to tell you right now. I think Oklahoma is going to beat Clemson or Alabama. And yeah. Bobbit, what do you see?
I called it last week. I think Oklahoma's beating Clemson.
You think Oklahoma's winning the whole thing?
No, I don't think they're winning the whole thing, but I do think they're going to beat Bama.
Okay, you said Clemson first. That's fine. But yeah, defensively, Oklahoma is not very good. Offensively, Oklahoma can go with the best of them. I think Oklahoma is going to make a mistake and stop Alabama once. I don't know if Oklahoma can be stopped. That offense is fucking legit. If they can do what they did to Texas, Alabama's not winning. We'll see. We'll give our predictions next week for sure. And we'll give predictions for other games, including that dreaded UCF LSU game. So if you're watching, or if you do watch, please come back, and I'll give my explanation as to why.
I personally want to thank each and every one of you who come here each and every week to support us. That's the most important thing, is we're all here just to have fun talking football. Quickly, I want to give a shout out to all of you out there. This might not be important for a lot of people, but I was voted Blogger of the Month for JB Sports Radio. Thanks to you.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations. I voted.
Yeah, congrats, dude.
Hey, well, no, that's all thanks to you guys for making it fun for us. So
well, I voted for JB.
You know what? Secretly, I did too.
You're kind of stupid if you vote for yourself, right? You're kind of narcissistic if you do that.
I don't know. Sometimes I have a split personality, so sometimes I feel like 1 month I'll go him, 1 month me. But it was fun this month because I wasn't expected to win, and all of a sudden people just started voting all of a sudden. So it's like,
it's because you give out good content.
Hey, well, the whole purpose of why I do this is to have fun talking football and just to make sure I help people just grow. That's all. That's my only goal when I do this. So I want to thank all of you out there for just making this fun for each and every one of us each and every week. So.
Ronnie voted other.
Oh man, there was a Doug Abney, but I think he got 4%. So,
right.
But thank you, everybody. I just want to give a thank you to everybody out there because without this show, without you guys, there would be no show. So it's like I like making sure that you guys are happy doing what we do. So, do you guys want to get into the picks for week 16 or?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So, by any chance, does anybody know last week's results?
Heather's got them.
I got them right here. Coop, you and I tied on the panel.
Oh, how we do, Heather?
11-5 for us.
Oh yeah! Happy dance! Woo!
Bobbit went 9-7.
All right, Bob.
JB went 7-9.
Yeah, because I threw myself out there. I put myself out there. I didn't do it safely.
Damn. Damn, you let me catch up to you. That's what you did.
I think you're like right behind me again, but
I think we're probably right there at the mark. Oh my God, the final week at the end of the season is going to be exciting.
So watch how I pick everybody. I'm going to pick everybody that Coop does.
Oh man,
it's called protecting the lead. If I still lead, I think I do, but not by much, because I was running away there for a while.
Yeah, no, I was struggling for the last 2 weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, he's I think we have a returning guest, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no. He didn't show up on my show, but yeah, he'll show up on this show.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in shock because we have another special guest here, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Skinny Penis has made his return to the Sideline study. What's up, yo?
Yo, 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 yo.
Yo, what's up, yo, yo?
Who are you, yo, you son of a bitch?
Welcome back, man. You ready to get into the picks this week?
You know it, man.
All right. Well then, man, we'll start off with the first game, which is the Washington Redskins are going to be taking on the Tennessee Titans. And since for some reason I'm living in Quebec, all the things I read are in French now for fun. Fuck's sakes, I can't read anything anymore.
Just Google Translate.
God damn it. What? It automatically chooses French now as my standard text, you dumbass. Oh, I fucking hate this shit. It's on the 22nd. It's on Saturday, December 22nd. Your picks, JP and DJ Skinny Penis. We'll start with you, DJ.
Yo, man, I got to go with Titans because they're going to be stomping that field like a bunch of Titans all over the skins, man.
It's gonna be a tight game. I'm gonna go with the Titans. I'm telling you right now, the Eagles are gonna win a division, and this is where they're gonna start doing it. Watch. Everybody wrote off the Eagles. Unless the Cowboys fix their shit. The Eagles are winning the East for a second year in a row. I'm going Titans.
Miss Goonie, who are you going with?
I gotta go with the Titans. Yes, the Redskins have been doing good, but I don't see them beating the Titans.
I'm going to go with the Titans because the Redskins are using their fourth quarterback this year, Josh Johnson, who
He
has
did win last week. He did win last week, but
first win since 2011 as a starter.
This is a pretty good defense they're going up against, though.
Yeah. So no, I don't see the Redskins quarterback handling the Tennessee defense, especially with this shortened period time study, and a very important win that the Titans need. So I'm going to go with the Titans. What is the chat room going with?
Everybody went Titans.
No, Dan Rex went with the Redskins.
No, that's right. He's always the one.
But then again, who cares? It's Dan Rex. Moving on. I'm just kidding, Dan Rex. I love you.
You guys are awesome, man. This panel is awesome. We'll move on to the other Saturday game, or in what Quebec says, Samedi. Let's see what Samedi's games are. We got the Baltimore Ravens against the Los Angeles Chargers. Ooh, holy shit.
Hold on a second. Did you just say Samedi?
Here's the word for French. Samedi.
That's almost as bad as Shanti.
I think it's a Samedi.
So Baltimore, is it in Baltimore?
This one is in Los Angeles, actually. This one's a tough game.
Heather's gonna hate me.
No, because I'm gonna be going the same way.
I'm going with the Chargers.
Damn. Going with the home field advantage?
Is their best team in I'm gonna throw it out there. I think they're the best team in football right now. I like this. The Saints are up there. Yes, they have the better record, but the Saints have not the Saints. The Chargers have beaten tougher teams this year.
And they just proved this Sunday that they can make bold moves in order to get that win.
Yes, they are not scared to put themselves out there. I like this coach.
They didn't want to go for the overtime. They wanted to go for the win. So that was a big win for the San Diego Chargers. Heather, who are you going to go with?
As much as I love my Ravens and how much they need this game to get to the playoffs, I don't see it happening, so I got to go with the Chargers.
You're going against your Ravens, and if they lose, this is a big loss. Oh.
That's why the Ravens are having a bad season. You don't pick against them.
Wow.
There's nothing wrong. Look, guys, there's nothing wrong with picking against your team. There really isn't. I mean, what are you losing? You can still root for them. Essentially, what do you win if you pick right? I mean, and I'm just being a smartass, but in all actuality, you're not losing anything if your team loses or wins.
By the question, I don't know if you guys know this. Is there a max on Twitter groups that you can have in a group?
50.
50, yeah.
50?
50.
Oh, I'm at 10 max. I'm trying to add some of the people in our chat, like Vito, and but it's not letting me for some reason.
Somebody might have him blocked.
Yeah, somebody might have him blocked.
Oh, okay. So that
I can't. You can. I mean, I run the drama free chat, so like I tried adding D-Wells and I can't add D-Wells, but I can't say whoever has D-Wells, and that's that I can't tell them to unblock them because that's not fair to D-Well or to that person that blocked whoever for whatever reason. So.
Right. Oh, absolutely. No, I have no idea how the group stuff and that works. Everybody just remember, we're all here to talk football. We all come here to talk football. That's our thoughts every week. So
yeah, but they have them blocked on Twitter for another reason. It's not because of football or anything. It's just probably something that happened on Twitter. And yeah, I don't block people. I mute people, but I don't block people.
I try to stay away from social media from what I've learned.
Yes. Well, I mean, I can't.
I'm trying. I know I can't. I have to because it's part of what I have to do.
Yes.
But fuck, it's so goddamn annoying. So
I I'll tell you this. After Asuka won the title on Sunday, I wanted to see what all the Becky Lynch fans were doing because I trolling them motherfuckers hard.
Oh my god!
I love listening.
To actually ask.
I love when they tweet their whining and crying shit. It's kind of funny.
I wonder if DJ Skinny Penis is a fan of Asuka. Are you a fan of Asuka there?
Well, of course, man.
How civilized of you.
I just don't forget about her like that other dude does.
Like I said, I think Bobbit has split personality.
Hey, I have borderline personality. We're just at the same mark.
Something like that.
Hey, no, everybody's a fan of Asuka no matter what. But what? This is our wrestling thing. This is football. We got off track. Did everybody mix it up? Bobbit, you did not make your pick. Oh, that's not Bobbit. That's DJ Skinny Penis.
DJ Penis Skinny Penis.
Man, I could go with the Chargers because those lightning bolts is gonna zap the Ravens. Go zip zip zappity zap. And it's gonna be a bunch of dead birds all over that field.
Oh well, the fuck am I listening to?
A bunch of dead birds that got zapped. Right now, my mind is thinking of a vagina that just went through a shanker.
To quote some famous poet, I don't know who the fuck he is.
You didn't know it?
The Ravens will be nevermore.
That would be Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe. What?
Oh, I didn't say Poe. Dumb bastard. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I know, Randy. Fucking DJ Skinny Penis is fucking weird. Anyway. Who do you pick? Who do you pick?
I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I like what the Ravens have done, but I think Lamar Jackson might struggle with the defense when it comes to the front line in this game. This might, because here's the thing with Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson last game ran over 100 yards in rushing. Mm-hmm. That is way too much for a quarterback.
Yeah. Yes, and that's one of my keys to the game.
Bosa will not let that happen.
No, and look, here's the thing: that stupid spread option that is running college football today, it works. Look at Colin Kaepernick. What did he run in college? He ran the spread option. What did Lamar Jackson run in college? He ran a spread, but it read that read. It's a read option type offense. It works in college because a lot of the players are not fucking fast. If that makes any sense to you. Defensive ends in the NFL are quick. As long as they're not out of position, they're going to be there to make a play. So it's going to be a defensive game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means, but I don't think the Ravens are going to be able to get in the end zone as much as, if at all, against the Chargers. They got to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Have to.
I'm sorry. That's probably like the most spookiest heckler we've had on the show so far.
What's that?
That siren that's going.
Oh, that's a fire.
I figured. I mean, I have a different fire alarm here, so you guys have a different noise.
It's the actual fire whistle on the firehouse behind us.
Yeah, it's right behind us over here.
Oh, that's a house fire alarm going off.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like
the fire department's fire alarm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna. You might as well keep going. It's gonna sound like it's gonna stop, and then it keeps going.
Well, either way, well, thanks for the fire crew for always keeping us.
In fact, I'll mute until it's my turn to pick.
Well, DJ Skinny Penis, I think you've made your you nevermore, right? We've all made have we all made our picks? I think we all went most of us with the Chargers in this game, right? Me with the awkward pose. I think from what my chat room is saying, yes. Chargers. I see Rayshawn's in the chat. Chargers. What's up, Rayshawn? I see Ronnie's going Ravens. And then, yeah, I only see a few people going Ravens. Okay, well then, I see Cardinals in here. What's up, Cardinal? Hey, I want to give a shout out to Cardinal going on the championships for JB Sports Radio. Congratulations, man. Hopefully you win it all, man. But we'll move on to the next game here instead of me stalling for time, so I don't feel so awkward. The Sunday games, we'll get into them. The Cincinnati Bengals against the Cleveland Browns, and this is in Cleveland. Mr. DJ Skinny Penis, who are you gonna go with in this game, man?
Yo, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. I gotta go with the Browns. Why? Because they're gonna rub their shit all over them cats.
You're gonna give those cats a bunch of Cleveland steamers, right?
You woo, you know it.
And JP and Heather, who are you going with?
Not because there's gonna. Oh my God! How do I follow that up?
Hey, I think the noise has stopped. You don't need to keep yourself.
Yeah. I was just gonna say it finally stopped. When I threw my hands up in the air, it wasn't at you. It was the fucking thing. It like died and then it started up again. I'm like, geez.
They saw you. They're like, come on, we're doing a show. And they're like, we're watching. We'll stop.
I'm going with the Cleveland Browns and hashtag. I told everyone the Browns were gonna be decent this year. Everybody owes me an apology. Laughing at me saying the Browns aren't going to win 2 games this year. I laugh at everybody that thought that.
Hail the panel, ladies and gentlemen. The Browns are real.
Silly. Kids. Tricks are for kids. However that fucking goes.
I actually like that cereal.
I do too. I love that cereal.
Yeah, it's a really good cereal. I'm surprised. It's better than Fruit Loops. So, Heather, who are you gonna go with?
I'm going with the Browns. Bengals have not shown much of anything, really.
Agreed. I totally agree. The Browns are the more hotter team, and they're still in the playoff hunt.
Yeah.
I can't.
Do they have a chance to win the division too?
If there's a couple losses from the Steelers and the Ravens.
If the Ravens and the Steelers both like what is they're 8-6-1 in the right or is
I think they're 9-6 or something like that. Or no, 8
8-6 and or 8-5 or something. No, 8-6. And then the Steelers are 8-5-1.
They're not too far away. So
the Browns are what? 7-1?
Yeah, they've won at least the past 5 games of the past 6, right?
Oh no, they can't win the division because then they could only tie with the Steelers.
Just the wild card that they can make.
Yeah.
So there's still a chance that the Browns are in it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. And everybody laughed at me when I said fucking Cleveland Browns are gonna fucking win close to half their games, if not half their games. Laugh at me now, motherfuckers.
Ha 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 ha.
You can shut the fuck up, DJ Skinny Penis. Motherfucker.
I'm gonna go with the Browns in this game. Although I think this actually might be a closer game because I think that the offense for the Bengals can still put up points.
Yes.
But that defense for the Cleveland Browns, I expect them to get at least a pick or two from.
That's the key. Cleveland will probably make one more stop than the Bengals will, and that will be the way that Cleveland wins the game.
Mhm.
They're going to win with their defense.
And what is the rest of the chat room? I see a lot of people going with the Browns. Wow. Half of these people, actually, 3/4 of the people, I think at the beginning of the season, I don't think any of us would have picked the Browns right now.
No. Pretty much everybody laughed and said that the Browns are the laughing stock of the NFL at the beginning of the season. And look at where they're at now. I'm just saying.
If we go back and look at the previous, when the season's over, I'm going to go back and look at the old episodes. We're going to review all the stuff that we talked about, and the Browns are definitely one of the teams that we talked about that we're going to be better than what they expect.
They're the surprise team of the year.
Definitely.
Anybody that thinks that is a bold statement, you need to rethink watching football because you have no idea what you're fucking talking about.
I think with the Browns, it's been more exciting because they've won games that they weren't supposed to as well. So that was.
And Cody, no, the Lions are not the Browns.
No.
Not even close. Lions. I give the Lions a lot of shit. Yes, they are. They'll finish in last place in the NFC North, but they are nowhere near what the Browns were.
I'll give the Lions credit. They have Galladay, who's been very nice. I've been liking what I see from Galladay as wide receiver. The running game needs to be improved. Kerryon Johnson needs protection there. And the defense, that's always been the biggest struggle, is the secondary with defense for the Lions.
Yep.
So, once that's fixed there, I don't think that they can move on.
Yeah.
But that's it there. What other games do we need to get on to? I think everybody picked the Browns. We'll move on. The Buccaneers are taking on the Dallas Cowboys, and this one's in Dallas. JP, I'll let you start with this one.
It's in Dallas?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to pick Dallas. And if you can hear my voice, I'm very skeptical to pick Dallas. And it's not because of Jason Garrett. Because again, I will say this. The coaches, these guys have been playing football for a long time. Players can't just fucking realize that, hey, I got to make a play here or a play there. Then they don't need to be playing fucking football. They've been playing football long enough. They don't even need fucking coaches in the NFL, to be honest with you. If you can't get up to get in a fucking game, and as it goes out to the fucking Packers as well, if you can't get up and show up and play fucking football, you don't need to be in the NFL. You don't need a coach to tell you what to do. You should already know what to do. Bottom fucking line. I'm so sick and tired of people saying that coaches, they need coaches. Bullshit. These guys have been playing long enough. They don't need coaches. They should know what to do. That's just me. I should be able to put the game plan in place. They should be able to go out and execute that game plan. They can't. They don't need to be fucking playing. I said that last week, and I say it again. But I'm going with Dallas. Very skeptical, though, because I think it's mostly the players. With what I heard them saying in the fucking locker room, they don't care. They don't give a shit. They're getting paid. They don't care.
Dak Prescott's probably getting paid for more of his commercials that he's doing. For Campbell's soup and protein and yogurt.
Funky soup commercials. Fuck that shit. I remember when those commercials first started. Who did they have doing? Marshall Faulk when he first did them? Get the fuck off my
Oh, fuck that guy now. Holy that fucking guy hasn't been since that.
Him and Kurt Warner can go fucking butt fuck each other in a up behind a shed. Good God. Have you seen Kurt Warner's wife? Good God, she's butt-ass ugly. Anyway, moving on.
Oh yeah, I've seen it as his wife, but like I heard Kurt Warner wants to make a comeback to the NFL, but
yeah, Troy Polamalu did those fucking shampoo commercials too. Fucking
they paid $1 million for his hair, I think.
No shit. I think he insured it for $100 or $1 million. But yeah, I'm like I said, I'm going with Dallas. Very skeptical, but I'm going with Dallas. And again, and I'm being straight up with everybody. It's the players need to fucking play. They shouldn't have to be told what to do. They're professionals.
Heather, who are you gonna go with?
This is a game I really don't give a shit about, so I'm going with the Buccaneers.
Oh, she's just throwing shit out there now.
Yeah, exactly.
Either that or she really hates the Dallas Cowboys.
I do. I have no faith in them whatsoever.
Wow. Okay.
All right. All right, moving on to DJ Skinny Penis. What's going on, man? Who are you going with this game?
This drive ain't gonna be as long because I'm getting hungry, so I'm going with the Cowboys. They're gonna turn the Buccaneers into the fucking ears.
Oh,
there.
Lord, man.
I'm getting hungry, okay?
Hey, you know what? I swear to God, I am too, and I was snacking on this emergency ration while I went off the air. I was so hungry that I opened up an emergency ration. I was eating these little coconut bars.
Yeah.
They're actually pretty good. They taste like coconut, and they're shortbread cookies, basically. But yeah. That's what happens when you move into a new place and have no food. But, right. Okay, well then I'm gonna go with the Dallas Cowboys in that game, just because Tampa Bay doesn't have the talent, I think, to compete in this game.
Oh, they do, but they don't. They're one of those teams that don't execute.
Right. I mean, the offense is a little bit whack right now, I think. So that's a main thing. So, yeah. But yeah, Dallas needs to get their act together in this game for sure and show that their offense is going to compete. This is a rebound game for Dallas. They have to put points.
I'm going to say this right now. If Dallas does not win this game, they are done. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we'll have to. I really think we need to hurry up.
Yeah, I seen that. We'll get something to eat. You can fucking eat while on the stream. Shit, I do it all the time.
Yeah, go ahead, Bob.
I'm not Trexter.
Yeah, well, the reason I don't allow Trexter to eat, it looks like he's making love to his fucking food. At least you just eat.
All right, well then, what the chat room say? Who are they going with? The Cowboys or Bucks? We'll try and speed it up.
Yeah, it's mostly Cowboys.
All right, we'll move on to the next game then. The Minnesota Vikings will be taking on the Detroit Lions. Do we just everybody's going to go with Vikings?
Just go with Minnesota. Anybody that picks the Detroit Lions, Minnesota is going to beat Chicago.
I can't even. Dude, that game is gonna be such a shit show that I can't even come up with a rap for it. So,
right. Heather, no question. Moving on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this game for sure as well. The Buffalo Bills against the New England Patriots. Patriots.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
In New England.
I'm going to go with New England, but don't be surprised if Buffalo does not play well.
Yeah,
New England isn't the team that everybody thinks they are.
Not anymore, anyway.
Yeah.
And it's not Tom Brady, because Tom Brady is one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback in the league. Again, look at him. It's not him that's the problem. It's everybody around him that is the problem. Everybody's getting old on that team. That's another issue that they got. Can only be good for so fucking long before you start figuring shit out.
Yeah.
I'm going Patriots, but barely. It's going to be closer than people think.
Anybody else going with no? Everybody's going Patriots.
Looks like it.
Heather, are you going with Patriots or?
Oh yeah, yeah, she is.
I'm guessing the chat room mostly is going Patriots as well. Right?
Most of them. Not
All
everybody picked, but
well, we got another garbage game here. We got the Green Bay Packers against the New York Jets.
right, you're right. It's a game nobody cares about. I do. I think Green Bay's gonna fucking destroy the Jets. I really do.
I could see that happening for sure. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to tear apart this defense.
I mean, they got two good safeties, but we'll see. I mean, I think Green Bay's going to rebound. It's essentially if you can get pressure on Aaron Rodgers, then you're in trouble. Or then Green Bay's in trouble. But if Aaron can get outside the pocket and make plays, as long as his receivers do their fucking job and come back to him, I think they'll be okay. They did it last week. I don't know why they didn't do it this week. I know why. Because they're lazy and inconsistent. I'm going Packers.
Hey, Bobbit, who are you going to go with?
Packers. I can't even come up with anything for this one.
Bobbit, I need to ask right now. What are you going to have when you're off the air? What do you think about it?
I don't know. The first thing I see, basically.
Oh, come on. The first thing I'm thinking of is I've got...
If he sees Mr. Hanky the Christmas poo, he'll probably eat it. That's probably how hungry he is. Is that right, Bobbit?
I ain't that hungry, but I'm pretty hungry.
Okay.
Oh man, now I'm hungry. Well, I'm gonna go. You know what? Fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna go with my New York Jets.
Yeah, you would.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna throw this as a freebie, as a free game. I don't care about who wins this game. I just want to see if the Jets beat the Packers. I don't know. Don't go with this pick. This is just me being for fun. But Heather, who are you gonna go with?
I'm going Packers.
She hates the Jets.
I really do.
Okay.
Every disappointed me so much when I lived in New York. I just have no faith in any of them whatsoever.
Yeah, it really sucks. I wish they find a good leader. Brett Favre turned into a dirtbag. All right.
Oh, good Lord.
Well, the chat room, I think they all went Packers, maybe.
Yeah. You're the only. Oh, Rayshawn picked the Jets because he's a fucking Bears fan. But...
Rayshawn is just going with me just for shits and giggles. He's probably looking at this hosting position once I'm retired if the Bears win. All right, moving on to the next game. We've got the Texans against the Carolina Panthers. Bob, I'll let you start with this game.
Texans.
He's like Texans.
Oh, I forgot Houston.
I'm going with Houston as well.
Wait, it's Houston Eagles.
It says, oh, it is. Oh my God, this fucking this blue thing. I look at the Texans and it was.
Don't write that down.
Oops. It's my bad, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Houston Texans against the Eagles, not the Panthers. That's the game.
Oh, I'm going Houston still.
Yeah, I'm going Houston too. Bobbit, who are you going with?
I gotta go with the Eagles because they're gonna go and they're gonna go caca all over them Bulls.
I don't even know if that was. I would love that if that's the new theme song for the Eagles. Oh my God, that's awesome. Rayshawn, there's your new theme song, you fucking Eagles fan. All right. Heather, who are you gonna go with?
I'm just gonna go with Houston because Eagles have fallen apart.
Actually, don't be surprised if they don't win, but I'm still going with Houston. I said it. I think they could win out and they could win the damn division.
They can.
I really do.
They can. If the Cowboys lose against the Buccaneers, I will even give them a bigger chance. But the Texans, I'm going to go with this victory over them. The chat room, what are they picking?
Mostly Houston.
It's mostly Houston. Cody picked the Eagles. I don't know what. I almost picked the Eagles, but it's Houston. Houston's still going to win the AFC South.
Here's what I got to say is the Eagles have Nick Foles now. So that is kind of a spark for that team. They got the win. If they get the win over the Texans going into next week, that's a big win over the Texans.
Yep.
But yeah, moving on to the next game, we've got the Falcons against the Panthers. That's the correct game. Bobbit, our DJ Skinny Penis, I think, is now here. Who are you gonna go with, man?
I'm actually flipping a fucking coin.
I am so disappointed in Carolina. I'm not even going to even come up with anything for this. I'm going Falcons.
Oh, the Falcons are going to upset the Panthers at home, I guess. But
I have zero faith in this team.
I am literally flipping a coin. Heads, it's the Falcons. Tails, it's the Panthers. Oh, shit. I got to do it again. It is a tail. So I said heads, it's the Falcons. Tails, it's the Panthers. And it was a tail. So I'm going Carolina. This game is up in the air for me. A lot of games this year. Again, like I said, at the beginning of the year, I said it is going to be a weird year. And this is one of those games. This is the epitome of a weird fucking year. These are the two teams that I thought would be competing for the NFC South this year. I really did. They're two teams that they're competing probably for the bottom, even though they have Tampa Bay.
I totally agree. I think the NFC South has lacked with their talent with the Carolina Panthers and Atlanta what they were expecting.
You look at the NFC South; they have probably the most talented teams in the NFL on their roster. The young talent on their roster. You look at the Saints; they're probably the oldest team in the league, and they're winning their division. What does that say about the other three teams in the NFC South? They don't have good young talent. I thought they had the most talented team. Them two teams probably have the best young talent, and they are fucking being lackluster. Absolutely. They have one of the supposed best quarterbacks in the league. Both teams have the supposed best quarterback in the league, or one of the better quarterbacks in the league.
A former MVP, I think, right?
Two former MVPs.
Yeah. See, it's too bad what's going on with there, but they've just
they talked about it today. Carolina, you okay? Carolina, when they went 15-1, they had the number 2 rush defense in the NFL. They didn't just rely on Cam Newton. They don't have that anymore. They're trying to do too much. They're trying to be fancy, so to speak, with Christian McCaffrey. So even though he's been good, he has kind of been their Achilles heel, so to speak.
Right. Without him, I think Carolina would not have gone anywhere. I think he's kind of been the savior of the offense. I think DJ Moore has been a failure, I think, this year. He's dropped way too many balls.
Okay.
Even in yesterday's game, he caught a ball and he fumbled the ball and it costed them. So it's just DJ Moore has really failed for them.
Yeah.
What did the chat room say? Did Heather make her pick?
Not yet.
No, I'm going with the Falcons.
She didn't flip the coin. She went with the Falcons. She probably would have flipped the coin. But.
I'm myself gonna go with the Falcons just because I feel that they might score a little bit more offensive points. This Matt Ryan, he's still got some weapons. Julio Jones, he's still got one of the best wide receivers in the game. Yes. So I expect Julio Jones to make at least a touchdown or two. And Tyler and Hooper's sometimes a little bit of a sleeper when it comes to the tight end. So I just expect maybe Atlanta's going to score more points offensively over Carolina. So, did everybody make the did Bobbit or DJ Skinny Penis? Did you make your pick for this game?
The Falcons. He has no faith.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. I have short-term memory. So, what does the rest of the chat room say here?
Mostly Panthers.
All right. I saw like one or two Flacco people. I need a hunger emoji. Oh man. Oh. Now I'm getting all these hunger emoji things coming up in my chat.
Let's Bobbit for you. I'm hungry.
Bobbit. Okay. Next time we gotta bring you some snacks or something.
Yeah, just bring you fucking food, dude. Shit. Fucking care.
All right. We'll keep moving up. We're almost done here, Bobbit. So we've got the Giants against the Colts. God.
Do we even have to pick this?
Yes.
Or I'm gonna go with the Colts because the Miami Dolphins are not a good team.
Oh, Miami Dolphins against Colts?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Colts.
Is it in Indianapolis?
Yes, it's in Indianapolis.
God, I fucking hate the Colts. I do, but I'm gonna pick them. I don't want to. I don't think anybody really understands how much I hate the Colts. They almost ruined fucking football by moving to Indianapolis. Yeah, but I'm going to pick the Colts just because they're a better team. Giants. I'm going to laugh if the Giants beat the Colts, though, because this game shouldn't. The only thing that the Giants have is Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, he even struggled last week. So against Derrick Henry too.
14 carries for 31 yards. That's not good. That's not going to win you games. It is the Giants versus Colts, Rayshawn.
Mr. DJ Skinny Penis, who are you going to go with this game?
I'm going Giants.
You're going to go with Giants? JP, did you make your pick or?
I said Colts. I don't want to, but I'm taking the Colts.
I'll take the Colts too. And Heather?
I'm going to go with the Colts. And it did well last time I picked them.
There you go. JP, if your team loses to the Miami Dolphins, your team deserves to lose. Moving on.
The Miami Dolphins. What?
Yeah, if the Colts lose to Miami Dolphins, the Colts deserve to be out of the playoffs. So.
Oh, the Dolphins and the Colts?
Yeah.
I don't like the fucking Colts.
I said the Dolphins and the Colts. It's the Giants and the Colts. Oh, fuck's sake.
Okay, so I'm still picking the Colts.
This goddamn drop down menu keeps fucking me up every time.
I'm sorry.
This NFL Network, this blue drop down thing somehow drops in between, so sometimes it messes me up. That's my bad. But yeah, no, it's the Giants and the Colts and the Jaguars and Dolphins. But that's the next game, by the way.
Oh God, that game! Fucking shoot me now. I'm still taking the Colts. I don't want to, but I'm still taking the Colts. Sorry, Sarah. Fuck the Colts. And I have fun at the game. I hope the Colts get fucking destroyed.
All right, I'll go with the Colts still. You're gonna go with the Colts there, DJP.
Wait, what? It's the Jags and Dolphins.
Oh, we're already on that game? I was just clarifying, that's all. Sorry. We'll move on to that game then. Jaguars and Dolphins. Who are you gonna go with?
You gotta be all fucking confused now.
I know. I fucked up.
The Giants and the Colts. Who do you got?
He already picked. He picked the Colts.
Okay, so
Yeah,
now
Giants.
we're in the Dolphins. Who do you pick?
I'm going Dolphins.
Okay.
Hey, this was my bad. This fucking drop down thing really messed me up.
Don't worry about it, man.
No, sometimes I'll just read it and the thing just drops down. I'm reading the next game under. That's all. My bad. Heather, did you make your pick for the Dolphins and Jags?
Not yet. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins.
I'm going to go with the Dolphins as well. The Jaguars are... I'm surprised that they've only won 4 games this year. Because they were talking about it today, they still have a really good defense. It's their offense that's sputtering. If you didn't know that, if nobody knew that, everybody sits there and says their defense is terrible. No, their defense is not terrible. Their defense keeps them in games. It's their offense that fails them. And no, it's not Blake Bortles. It's whoever the coordinator is that they're not.
Doug Marrone might be on the hot seat. Do you think he deserves to get fired after the season?
He's been there how long? 2 years?
Well, he went to the AFC Championship last year, and then
how long has he been there?
I think 3 years.
Then no, he does not deserve to be fired. If he got him to the AFC title game. If I was Doug Marrone, I'd fire his offensive and defensive. Well, not his defensive coordinator. I'd fire his offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
they need to set Blake Bortles up for success. They haven't done that. Again, there's another fucking guy, a lot like not as good as Andrew Luck, but they drafted this guy number 3 and have not surrounded him with anyone.
Wow.
They've gotten him a running back. All of his receivers that he has had have been unsigned free agents or undrafted free agents that have been any good. They've gotten rid of everybody that he had.
Maybe this offseason they'll go and find some pieces for him, or they'll find a new quarterback.
They don't need a new quarterback. I think Blake Bortles is good enough. They just got to put somebody fucking around him.
From what I've seen from Blake Bortles, he causes way too many picks for the team.
But again, Coop, what I'm saying is they don't put the people around. It's the same thing in Green Bay. Think about it.
They had Alan Hearns there. He was all right for.
He's okay, but he's not there anymore.
And then they T.Y. Yeldon or T.J. Yeldon. You know, he's like an underappreciated talent that not many people know.
But Leonard Fournette's better.
Yes, much better. But when he was hurt, T.J. Yeldon filled in that spots. But I noticed that was kind of Blake Bortles that was kind of making the mental mistakes during those last.
Right.
So that's just why I'm just wondering if maybe it's just Blake Bortles is more to me of a backup role or a second or third string.
I think he's good enough to be a starter. I'll fight with everybody on this till the day I fucking die. I don't think Blake Bortles has gotten the support he needs. He's gotten a running back, but that's about fucking it. That isn't enough. He needs receivers. It's the same thing, same situation in fucking Indianapolis. Mm-hmm. Same exact situation. Get the fucking players around the guy so they can fucking be successful. Defense isn't going to fucking defense. They say defense wins championships, but the offense scores points. How in the fuck are you going to score points if you don't put the players around them to do it?
That's true. And from the talent that Jacksonville's wide receiver core has, they can definitely upgrade that position for sure.
Then develop them. Develop them. Tell them what routes to run. Show them how to run their fucking routes. Don't blame the quarterback. How do you know it's a quarterback? I mean, look at Aaron Rodgers. I go back to this. Players stopping on routes, just stopping and standing around. How is that going to make a team successful? That makes no sense to me.
I just feel that Blake Bortles' success depends on him not throwing the ball as much, and him
and I understand that.
It's like Eli Manning's situation, right? You can't let him throw the ball and keep making picks, right?
Eli Manning was a bust as a number 1 pick. Sorry, anybody that likes Eli Manning.
Well, he's got 2 Super Bowls, so I give him credit for that.
Yeah, but come on. You think he's really been worth the first pick in the draft? Fuck no. He's throws all he does is throw interceptions. Look at what he fucking did. And I know he's getting older, but look at what he fucking did fucking Sunday. He underthrew a guy by 3 fucking yards.
Yeah. People to this day are still talking about if Eli Manning is going to be starting next year and the year after.
The only reason he got picked number 1 is because his last name is fucking Manning. Bobbit, if you're hungry, go get something to fucking eat.
We've got about 5 more games here, guys. Here. What did the chat room say?
Who are you picking?
I'm going to go with the Dolphins over the Jaguars. And then what does the chat room say in that game?
A couple said, no, everybody went Miami.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the next game then. We've got the Rams against the Cardinals. Rams, moving on.
Yeah. Anybody that picks the Cardinals is a fucking fool.
Okay, well then we've got the Chicago Bears against 49ers. Bears?
Fuck the Bears.
Hey, well, San Francisco beat Seattle this week somehow in overtime. I give San Francisco credit for that. Seattle's not a powerful team, but they're in the wild card spot, so they're just like a weak opponent for anybody. That's all. But yeah, I guess Seattle will probably move on to anybody else.
Bears and 49ers. Jesus Christ, we have nobody everybody's picked. Calm down. Good Lord, woman. Out of fucking control.
You're not the one writing it down.
Jesus Christ.
Did anybody go with 49ers?
Sounds good, Rayshawn. Huh?
Did anybody go with 49ers? Or?
I did. Fuck the Bears. I'm just kidding. I ain't going to go against. I ain't going to let you take over the fucking lead.
DJ Skinny Penis, are you going to go with 49ers?
Fuck no.
All right. Moving on to the next game, we've got the Pittsburgh Steelers against the New Orleans Saints, which might be one of the games to watch.
This is going to be an interesting game. This could be one of those games where they're going to shock you. Rayshawn said he'll tweet the other picks.
I think this is a must-win for the Steelers, but I don't think they're going to do it. I think the Saints. I'm going with the Saints in this one.
But the Saints, I was the Carolina game was in Carolina, right? That Monday.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? And again, I'm going to come back to this. You see what I mean by the Saints will either struggle or don't win outside of their own fucking stadium.
Right. This one's in New Orleans, so.
I am going to go with the Saints, but barely. And don't be surprised if the Steelers do win.
Not sure how healthy running back Connor is going to be for the Steelers too, so that's going to be a factor. He might not play. So
well, you can't count the Steelers out with Ben Roethlisberger. I know people fucking don't like him, but he's one of those guys. I'm telling you, you can't count him out.
I think he's dealing with a cracked rib too, so that might be a little bit of a pass.
But if he's playing, he gives it. It's just like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. If he's in there, you still they still have that chance.
Yeah. Heather, who are you gonna go with?
I'm going Saints.
Gotta go with the Saints and Mr. DJ Skinny Penis, AJ, aka Mr. Hungry Man. What's going on?
Saints.
Gonna go with the Saints? All right. We got a couple more games here, Bobbit. We've got the Kansas City Chiefs going against the Seattle Seahawks. Bobbit,
Yeah.
I'll let you start with this one.
I'm going Chiefs.
Gonna go with Chiefs. And JP and Heather, who are you gonna go with?
Going with Seattle, man.
Seattle over the Chiefs.
Yep.
Wow. I feel like a bad fan.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Why do you feel bad? I just think that the Chiefs struggle against teams that have a solid defense.
Yes, this is going to be a tough game, but I do think Kansas City's offense is going to put more points against Seattle's defense.
But again, can Kansas City's defense stop Seattle's offense?
Also, I've noticed Russell Wilson is starting to make some mental mistakes. So I can see him making some mental mistakes and trying too hard.
It's Kansas City, though. You don't have to try hard.
I could definitely see that too. But I think Eric Berry being back, I think he might step up this game a little bit.
Make a difference. If he didn't make a difference against San Diego, because to be honest with you, I think that Russell Wilson and Phillip Rivers are about equals when it comes to quarterback play.
I can see that too. Yeah, I can see that. They both. I mean, Russell Wilson and Phillip Rivers are kind of accurate throwers, right? So.
Do you know what the difference is, though? Russell Wilson can run the ball.
Yes,
Rivers can't.
No, Rivers can jog out of bounds and then complain to a thing. So,
yeah, I think Seattle, just because they have the better defense. Again, it comes down to defense. I don't think Kansas City can stop Seattle. I don't think Kansas City can stop the worst offense in the NFL. That's how bad this defense is. Can they get pressure on the quarterback? Yes. But if they don't, they're fucked.
You know what? Just for the sake of it, I'm going to go with Seattle. Just because of the fact I just don't want to have JP get more wins than me. No. Heather, who are you going to go with?
I'm going to go with the Chiefs. This game could end up being a toss-up.
It is, but I'm
going with the Chiefs.
It all boils down to whether or not the Chiefs can stop anybody, and I don't think they can. I haven't been proven wrong yet.
And Bobbit, you chose the Chiefs in this game, so I'll let you have the final say in the last game. The Broncos are taking on the Oakland Raiders in Oakland.
I'm going Broncos.
Agreed.
I'm gonna go with Broncos too. Heather?
Yeah, there's no way the Raiders are beating the Broncos at that game.
Well, we said that the Raiders weren't gonna beat the Chargers, and I think they did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but yeah, all on paper, this game isn't even gonna be fucking close. Shouldn't even be close.
I think I might watch Monday Night Raw instead of this game. I haven't decided yet.
It might be better. I don't know.
I haven't decided yet.
Raw was actually pretty. It wasn't great. It was okay.
It was watchable.
It was watchable. Didn't put me to sleep. I enjoyed it. So.
Well, I guess with all of our picks, I think everybody's made their picks in the chat room. I think the last ones were pretty easy to make. Hey, well, we're a couple weeks away until the end of the season, guys. We're counting down to the end of the season. So, any final say going into this week?
I'm just gonna say this is probably the final thing I'm gonna say because I know Bobbit's fucking hungry as shit. This is the final thing I'm gonna fucking say.
It's gonna take 20 minutes.
Shut up. Again, the players have been playing football for how fucking long? If they can't fucking execute, they don't need coaches. Everybody thinks they do, they don't. And I'm going to keep reiterating that until the end. These guys are old enough to know what they need to do. They don't need to be told. Go out and fucking execute the fucking game plan that's put in front of you. If you don't want to do it, then don't fucking play. Go somewhere else. That's all I got to fucking say.
Oh, well said. And Bobbit, a.k.a. Mr. DJ Skinny Penis, any last words from you, my friend?
Yo, this is gonna be entertaining week. Yo, can't wait for them playoffs. Yo, peace out. I'm gonna go stuff my dick.
So that was hungry the whole fucking time. That makes sense now, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a great show tonight. I want to thank everybody, especially my co-host here from the Kobo Joe, Mr. JB Baker, and Goonie. I see. We always love you, and hopefully everything's all's well. And Mr. Bobbit, FoulMouthBobbit, I want to thank you for being here, and Mr. DJ Skinny Penis for making a second guest appearance here on the Sideline Study, and to all of you who've been in the chat with us, watching us live. I thank you each and every week, and all of you who just support the show. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are awesome, and enjoy this week in football. We'll see you next week, ladies and gentlemen, for the final week of the Sideline Study for the season. See you guys.